Think of a world where the line between the divine and the depraved was drawn in blood. We think we know the Vikings, the ships, the shields, the raids. But beneath the surface of history lies a darkness that few dare to speak of. From the frenzied screams of the Berserkers to the silent, horrific ritual of the Blood Eagle, the truth of the North is far more disturbing than any legend. The Viking Age, spanning from the late 8th to the early 11th century, remains one of the most misunderstood chapters of human history. They were masters of the sea and pioneers of trade, yes, but they were also a people bound by a complex, often terrifying spiritual code. Today, we aren't looking at the maps or the longships. We are descending into the heart of their culture to uncover the enigmatic and shocking traditions that defined their lives and their deaths. We will explore the truth behind their warriors, their rituals, and the brutal reality of their social order. The Vikings did not just go to war. They invited the animal spirit to take control. These were the Berserkers. Derived from the Old Norse words for bear skin, these warriors fought with a ferocity that defied human limits. Often discarding their armor, they would work themselves into a trance-like state known as Berserkergang. Imagine the psychological terror of an enemy who howls like a wolf, bites his own shield until his teeth shatter, and charges into a wall of spears with no regard for pain. Some historians believe they used hallucinogenic mushrooms or henbane to achieve this state, while others believe it was pure psychological conditioning. Regardless of the cause, their rage was so uncontrollable that they were eventually outlawed as Christianity began to tame the wild north. While we often see the tattooed Viking in modern media, the archaeological evidence is elusive. However, the accounts of those who met them are vivid. In the 10th century, the Arab traveler Ahmad ibn Fadlan encountered the Rus Vikings and described them as moving forests. Bodies covered from fingernails to neck in dark green patterns of trees, serpents, and ancient symbols. These weren't just decorations. They were a painful, labor-intensive process using bone needles and soot. Each mark was a testament to a warrior's status, his lineage, and his devotion to the gods. Perhaps the most unsettling whisper from the sagas is that of cannibalism. While not a common practice, historical records and specific archaeological finds suggest it occurred in the darkest of times. In certain burial sites, bones have been found with marks consistent with defleshing. Was this a ritual to absorb the strength of a fallen foe? Or was it the desperate act of a people pushed to the edge by the brutal Scandinavian winters? While scholars debate whether these marks were part of a funeral ritual or a meal of necessity, the chilling possibility remains a part of the Viking shadow. For the Vikings, the gods were not distant, they were hungry. The ritual of the blot was central to their survival. While most offerings were animals or grain, the ultimate price was human life. Adam of Bremen described the great temple at Uppsala, where every 9 years, 9 males of every species, including humans, were sacrificed. Their bodies were hung in a sacred grove, left to sway in the wind as a gift to Odin. This wasn't seen as murder. It was a necessary transaction to ensure the sun would rise and the harvests would grow. The Viking social hierarchy was absolute, and at the bottom were the thralls, or slaves. Their lives were expendable, even in death. When a great chieftain died, his ship became his funeral pyre, but he did not go alone. Ibn Fadlan recorded a horrifying ritual where a slave girl was chosen to accompany her master. After days of intoxication and ritual abuse, she was led to the ship, strangled, and stabbed by a village elder known as the Angel of Death. Her body was burned alongside the chieftain, ensuring he would have a servant in the halls of the afterlife. Finally, we must address the most gruesome execution ever recorded, the Blood Eagle. Reserved for the most hated enemies, this ritual involved carving the shape of an eagle into the victim's back. The ribs were severed from the spine and pulled outward to resemble wings, and the lungs were extracted and draped over the shoulders. It was said that if the victim remained silent throughout the ordeal, they might still enter Valhalla. It is a ritual so brutal that some historians believe it was a literary invention, yet its presence in the sagas continues to haunt the historical record. The Vikings were a people of stark contrasts, capable of incredible beauty in their art and navigation, yet bound by a belief system that demanded the ultimate sacrifice. To understand them, we must look at both the light and the dark. If you want to continue exploring the hidden corridors of human history, ensure you are following this journey. Engage with this story, Share your thoughts on which tradition you find most haunting, and stay tuned as we uncover more secrets of the ancient world. The past is never truly dead. It is simply waiting to be remembered.